Hey guys, so we're back with another video. Guys, we are finally back. I apologize deeply for not really having the time to cover track and field. There has been a lot going on, personally. School has been really hectic. So I deeply apologize to you guys. So like I said, we have a lot to kick off, but I just wanted to say I'm kicking off the women's 100 meters heats from day one of track and field at the World Championships. Now the World Championship ended a month ago actually. So to help me celebrate this, for the first couple of this week we're covering the World Championships, and then we're kicking off the Michael Jackson special next week. I am officially making October not only my personal favorite month, but it's also my birth month. So I'm making it extra special. For those who were waiting for me to cover track and field, I truly appreciate you guys, because it's been very hard to cover track and field with the time zone between how the World Championship was and how to cover it back to back. So my apologies, I wasn't able to do that, but now we're finally here. So we're kicking off with the first heat, heading to the semifinal. So like I said before at the US Championship earlier, a couple of months ago, I did say like Melissa Jefferson was definitely someone that was gonna be ready for the World Championships. We even saw her ran a couple of meets after the US Championship trials. She managed to do such an amazing job that she ran at the Lausanne, London, and she kept going lower and lower. She ran a 10:66, then she came back and ran. So she was running very well. So I think she's gonna run something amazing for especially for the final. This is also Shelly Ann Fraser's final season for track and field, so I'm planning to do a whole other video of that. Also tomorrow, if I get the chance, I will be covering my podcast, which I can't wait to cover for episode 2, and then we're gonna see what everything else gonna fall in between. Okay guys, so without further ado, this is the women's 100 meters heat 1, which features Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. She is opening up the first heats, and then after we cover the women's, we're gonna cover the men's 100, and then we're gonna go back to back. You know how it always goes. But without further ado, let's go. All right, guys. So for the heats, we have Merdana. So I'm just gonna let them speak. I think this is just a new. Remember, Melissa Jefferson did something that no one hasn't done. She not only won both at the trials. She did the 100 meters winning. She also won the 200 meters, and to see what she's gonna do, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Like I said, I tried my best to not spoil myself. I think it's important to not focus on what was going on, because it's so hard to get caught up on things online and to be excited for things. So I really wanted to give myself the time, the energy to actually give you guys the best version of me, of covering content of track and field. And then we're gonna talk about things after, because like I said, we have all this week. We're gonna cover everything, so I'm very excited for what's coming. So yeah, something different this year at the World Championship in Tokyo. So for one, they managed to put the two how can I say this, they managed to put two of the events in one spot. So what I mean by this is like the semis and the final are in the same day, whereas in the past they had the semis and this I think they had like the heat in the semis, and then they had the final in the like a whole other day. but this time they're keeping the schedule very tight. So they're running through the rounds very quickly, and then they're going to the semifinal and finals after. One thing before Otto Bolton, before we kick off the race, one thing I started seeing from Melissa Jefferson after running the USA's is that she has a very interesting leg length, which means she could definitely double. I think that was her focus, to double in the 100 and 200. She managed to make it very, very easy and convince me that she is going to do something very special at this World Championship. Now, like I said, I haven't seen this entire event. I really haven't had time to watch the World Championship because school started back very quickly and I was trying to make sure that I'd be ready for school. But at the same time, from what I am seeing from her, she is doing something very special. So let's see what this is going to be about. But you see, if I could go back real quick, you could see exactly what I saw. The way Melissa Jefferson got out and the way she cruises by everybody, she's not really focusing on the other female athlete. For heat round one, it's not really that focused upon. Is when it starts getting to semifinals, then it really heats up of you need to clutch up and really be ready. But from what I just saw from Melissa, she's not worried about it. The fact that she just ran a 10.99 right from the bat, and we know what she did after coming back from this, is gonna be insane. Like I said, I think the heavy hitters are coming from Sharika, Shelly Ann, of course. You know, if this is her last season, Shelly Ann is gonna get out like a train to make sure that she at least gets a pass to get through. And for the next person, you know, even Sha'Carri did not have a perfect season, but I think they're gonna definitely need her for the relay. But I see Sha'Carri getting at least fourth. I don't think she's gonna medal, even though I feel as if she is the reigning the reigning world champion, the defending champion. I don't think she's gonna really push herself to the point to win. I know she's gonna try to get into the better position to medal, at least bronze. But if Melissa's getting the first medal, Julian, Alfred, or Melissa, they're the two that's gonna battle it out. With Sharika Jackson, the two Jamaicans, as well as Tia Clayton, I believe the mix is gonna be very, very, very strong. Is Shelly Ann gonna pull an upset? I don't know. But from what I'm seeing right now, no one has never won 6 world championship title in the 100 meters. Shelly Ann is the closest person that has done 5, and no one hasn't done 5 besides her. Also on the 200 side, Allison Felix is the only athlete that has won a three-peat, which is she won 3 world championships in the 200. Sharika got 2, 2022 and 2023. So top 3 goes to the semis. So the first 2 athletes, Hobbs from Australia and Jefferson and Frey from Switzerland, they made it, and everybody else gets disqualified. Well, that's reality.
Record hold, we're getting closest with 11:16, but kind of what we expected from the world leader this year.
Yep. And like I said, Melissa is such a humble soul. Like I said, I have interacted a little bit with her online, just by replies on commenting, and the way she just how generous she is. She's able to reply to people and have time to really have I've seen how great she is since 2021, and that was her coming up. And in 2022 she did phenomenal, and then she just kept leveling up. So her being great where she is now did not happen by night. I think when you're an athlete that's been grinding and then you finally get the spotlight and you show that you're a true competitor, I love that. And here's another crazy thing. At Paris, all of the people that train with Melissa, including Sha'Carri, they all in the same training camp. So that is a bit of a chemistry. And I believe, that's me saying this, Lord, I believe Melissa, Sha'Carri, TT, and I think Miss White, or I forgot who else. I don't know if Gabby Thomas. I think I saw that Gabby Thomas pulled out. So, but I just know that these women, I believe they'll be the closest to breaking the world record. And I think it would be fitting to give them that passing of baton, to give them that world record. If they break the world record this year, it's going to be amazing. You know, it's going to be amazing. But like I said, this is going to be amazing. Let's see what's next.
The later heats, the reigning world
I like
champion,
how they just...
Americans sitting out there.
And she has such quick reaction. Unlike Sha'Carri, she has to build up her momentum, and she could catch you from behind. Melissa, once she's out, she's not coming back. And I think that's what's very strange and powerful about her, is like she is similar to like a Jamaican of a Shelly Ann, where once they out, you're not gonna catch them unless you're like a faster PR. But enough said. This was round 1 of the women's 100 meters, heading to semifinals at the Tokyo World Championship 2025. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys for the next heats. So we're only doing 4 heats. It's not gonna be in order. It's gonna be a bit random, but who knows? But like I said, this is an amazing experience. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.